and it's an important question. So our goal is to complete all these questions. Okay. So now the first question talks about. Yeah, let me get my pen. Okay, so we are live now and we are going to do the question bank. The cephalic index is used for the identification of the cephalic index. What is cephalic index, guys? Cephalic index is maximum breadth of skull. First you have to take breadth of skull divided by length. Length. Cephalic C से पहले क्या आता है B, तो B by L. Okay, breadth by maximum length into 100 is called cephalic index. So it is used for the identification of the race, whether they are dolichocephalic, whether they are um, bradycephalic. Okay, so there are three types actually. There are three types of cephalic index. I'll let you know. Just a minute. Let me adjust the mic. Okay. Let me adjust the mic for a while. I'll be back soon. I hope mics are there.
I don't know what's the problem with this stupid mic, okay? Is it here connected? Yeah. Okay, so we are connected. So what is the identification? What is cephalic index? So there's a lot of questions on this topic, identification. It is the important question. It helps to identify the victim, from where he is, the type of race, sex of the victim, age, stature. Okay, the identification chapter is quite important for us. Okay, so what are the important questions or topics you have to study in this chapter is basically the chapters are, let me tell you, the chapters are, the topics are different methods of determining age of a person and medical legal importance of age. Comparative techniques used for identification. What is dactylography? What is cephalic index? Bar body intersex. Gustafson method of age determination. Anthropometry. Superimposition procedure. Medical legal importance. Tattoo marks. Forensic odontology. Mixed dentition. Hermaphroditism. Skull photo. Superimposition. Fluoroscopy. Tattoo marks. Superimposition. Corpus delicti. Nuclear sexing. Sex chromatin. Concealed sex. Horoscopy, helioscopy, lip prints, Lockhart's method used by criminals to mutilate fingerprints, human hair, medical legal importance, bite marks, medical legal importance, atavism, and precipitin test. We'll do more multiple choice questions regarding this. Okay. So what is cephalic index, guys? Cephalic index is the, what is the cephalic index? Cephalic index is the ratio of maximum breadth of the skull divided by maximum length into 100 is the cephalic index. And this cephalic index will determine the race of the individual, okay? Race of the corpus, okay? Race. So this cephalic index, it is based on the uh, value you get, we can divide into dolichocephalic. They are having long head. They're around 70 to 35%. Okay, dolichocephalic. Dolichocephalic. Another is middle wala, metacephalic. Then you have bradycephalic. Bradycephalic means They have more width when compared to the length. More width when compared to the length. Okay, so this is about the cephalic index. So if you want the comparative table, I'll let you know. Just a minute. Dental examination, Peter, bite marks, Gustafson method, ossification of bone, metopic suture, frontal suture, ossification center, stature, ossification. So guys, this topic is also important in BBS because it includes about teeth. How you can identify the age of the person based on the teeth. Okay, based on the teeth. So this was about cephalic index. Cephalic index is used to determine the race of the individual. So race of the individual. Cranial index is maximum skull breadth by maximum skull length into 100. So it's like maximum breadth by length into 100. This is your cephalic index. There are three main racial groups: Caucasian, Mongoloid, and Negroid. Okay. All the skulls cannot be accurately differentiated into three broad categories because of the racial mixing. Because of the racial mixing, the skull offers the best evidence on racial origins. Dolichocephalic means what, ma? Dolichocephalic means long head. So the ratio is between 70 to 74.99%. Okay. There are pure Aryans, Aborigines, and Negroes. Aborigines, Aryans, Negroes. Mystaticephalic is medium, okay? It's between dolicho and brachycephalic, okay? 75 to 79.9, Europeans, Chinese, and Indians. By brachycephalic, 80 to 84.9, Mongolians. What are Mongolians? The Koreans, Chinese, the Koreans, basically. Mystaticephalic is between that, 75 to 79, Europeans, Chinese, Indians. The skull of an Indian is Caucasian with a few Negroid features. Caucasian with few Negroid features. So we are mystaticephalic. We are between them. We are between Negroes and Mongoloids. Brachycephalic is 80 to 84.9. They have broad head. Dolichocephalic long head, but mystaticephalic between them. Okay. Race determination from other bones. How can you determine race from other bones? Like instead of skull, you can determine from upper limb bones, like your arms. Brachial index. Lower limb bones, they are crural index. Okay. Both upper and lower limb intermembranal index. Length of humerus plus radius divided by length of femur and tibia. So you are taking upper limb bones, humerus and radius length divided by length of femur and tibia. You will get what? You will get intermembranal index. Okay. If you are taking your upper limb bones, brachial index, lower limb bones, crural index, both intermembranal index. So these are the references of the books. Okay. The index Indian skull is what, ma? It is mystaticephalic between them. Okay. The average Indian skull is mystaticephalic. The skull of an Indian is Caucasian with a few Negroid characteristics. It's a Caucasian skull with a few Negroid characteristics. Because of racial mixing, Indian skull cannot be correctly differentiated to broad categories of dolicho, mystati, and brachycephalic. Okay. This is a controversial question. The use of cephalic for determination of race has been discredited, and the cephalic index of the entire Indian population cannot be generalized to belong to one category. But the best answer to this question is mystaticephalic between them. Okay. A round to oval cross section of hair is found in which race? See, round to oval cross section of hair is found in Caucasian race. Race determination from hair. So hair cross section, if it is elliptical, then it is Negroid. If it is round to oval, then it is Caucasoid. So C को कर दो, oval दिख रहा है ना, round to oval. Okay. Mongoloids, they are cylindrical. Mongoloids cylindrical, negroids elliptical. Which among the following indicates a coccozoid race? Whether it is Taurodontism, Carabelicus, shovel-shaped incisors, all the above. See here, small nodules on the lingual surface of maxillary molars called Carabelicus are most common in Caucasian races and rare in the other major racial groups. So small nodules on lingual surface of maxillary molars. So you have molars on the maxilla, right? Not on the mandible, on the maxilla. So that maxillary molars, they are having some nodules on the lingual surface of maxillary molars. So that is called as Carabelicus, and they are most common seen in Caucasians. Okay, and rare in the other major racial groups. Feature of mongoloid dentition, ठीक है, कॉकरोचेन में क्या रहता है, maxillary molars में नोड्यूल देखने को मिलता है on the lingual surface. The mongoloids, they have shovel shaped upper central incisors. Okay, upper central incisors, they are shovel shaped. They are which shape? Shovel shaped. And enamel pearl, some nodules of enamel on the tooth surface. On the tooth surface, some nodules of enamel can be seen. They are called enamel pearls. Shovel-shaped incisors seen in mongoloids. They have concavity. So they have something like this. Concavity on the undersurface. Okay. Appearance resembling a shovel. What is a shovel? You know what is a shovel? These shovel teeth are seen in mongoloids. Okay, this is a concavity on the central incisor. Shovel is like a instrument like this, and it's straight actually. The shovel is an instrument. It is to scoop the mud in the gardening purpose, right? Gardening purpose. So for the gardening purpose, you use it, okay? For the gardening purpose to take out the mud, okay? So shovel is nothing but concavity on the central incisors, okay? Towards the insides. Taurodontism means bull tooth. Pulp cavity of molars is wide and deep. Congenital lack of third upper molar can also be seen. Third upper molar congenital lack is seen in mongoloid. Which of the following statement about sex chromatin is false? Sex chromatin is false. So see, these mongoloids, they don't have the third upper molars. So these mongoloids, they don't have the wisdom teeth. Upper molar, upper wisdom teeth, they don't have. Upper one, lower one they have. Okay, enamel pulses, some nodules of enamel of tooth surface. Okay, which of the following statements is the about sex chromatin is false? The number of bar bodies in some with 47XXY genetic makeup is 2. See, in females, there are bar bodies. Okay, the number of bar bodies in someone with 47XXY genetic makeup is 2. This is false. because if 2x is there, one will be silent and it will appear as bar body. If two are there means one would be silent. So one bar body should be there. Bar body may be seen in the genetic male. Yeah, in genetic male, bar bodies can be seen. Yeah, in genetic male also bar body can be seen. X, Y is there, na? One X will be. 1 second. Genetically male. 1 second. Let me just recall it. Genetically male. See, he is a genetically male. 41 XXY, but still he has bar body. So maybe he is genetic male. Drumstick shaped mass of chromatin in neutrophil nucleus is called Davidson body. Drumstick, yeah. A site for sampling for sex chromatin is the buccal mucosa, yes. The number of bar bodies is someone with a genetic makeup. This is 1, not 2, okay? Number of bar bodies is 1 lesser than the number of X chromosomes. So number of X chromosomes minus 1. If there are 3 X chromosomes, then minus 1, they will have 2 bar bodies, okay? Bar bodies are seen in 0.4% of genetic males, 0 to 4% of genetic males, and 20 to 80% of genetic females. Sites for sampling for sex chromatin: buccal mucosa, tooth, pulp, hair bulb. Davidson body is a drumstick-shaped mass of chromatin hanging down from neutrophil nuclei. It is seen only in females. Is a drumstick-shaped mass of chromatin hanging down from neutrophil nuclei. It is seen only in females. Is a drumstick-shaped mass of chromatin hanging down from neutrophil nuclei. It is seen only in females. So Davidson body is a drumstick shape. Drumstick means like this. Drumstick shaped mass of chromatin hanging down from neutrophil. And the neutrophil it is there. Neutrophil nuclei, neutrophil. It is seen only in females. In 2 to 8% of genetic males it can be seen, but very rare. Which of the following bones is most accurate for sex determination? Pelvic bone. Pelvic bone is the must for the genetic identification of the sex of the individual. Because in females they have broad pelvis to contain the products of conception, fetus, baby, and deliver the baby. Okay, so that's why they have broad when compared to male, which is not broad. Okay, very slim. The whole pelvis is most reliable bone for sex determination. Krogman's degree of accuracy in sex determination from adult skeletal remains. Entire skeleton 100% you can say whether it is female or male. So only pelvic bone is there, you can be 95% sure that this corpse will be of male or female based on the 95% pelvis bone, you can say. Skull is there, you can say 90%. Pelvis plus skull 98%. Long bones alone 80 to 90%. Long bones and skull 90 to 95%. Long bones and pelvis more than 95%. Okay. All of the following indices are used to determine sex of the individual, except intermembranous index, sternal index, corpobasal sacral index, and ischiopubic index. See, sternal index and corpobasal index, sacral index, ischiopubic index are used to determine sex of the individual. Intermembranous index is helpful in determining the race of the individual. Just now we saw intermembranous is what? Humerus. What was that? It was humerus plus radius divided by femur plus tibia is the intermembranous index. Brachial index means index of upper limb. Indices for sex determination is ischiopubic, related to pelvis. Corpobasal index, transverse diameter of body of S1 whole width of sacrum. So this is the diameter of body of S1 divided by whole width of the sacrum. Related to sacrum. Length of pubis divided by length of ischium. It is less than 90 in male, more than 95 in female. Okay, sciatic notch index maximum breadth of greater sciatic notch by maximum depth of greater sciatic notch. Maximum breadth by maximum depth. Sacral index breadth of sacrum by length of sacrum. Sternal length of manubrium, length of mesosternum. Medullary index diameter of medullary cavity by diameter of bone. Which of the following is regarded as the best source of information for determining the skull of sex of an unknown individual? Pubis bone, pubic. The pelvis is general and the pubis in particular have long been regarded as the best sources of information for determining the sex of an individual. Sacrum is the least reliable. Sacrum is the least reliable, whereas pubis is mostly reliable and particular. Okay, pubis is mostly reliable and particular, but most particular bone, if I ask for sex determination, that is pelvic. But in particular, if I ask you which one, so you should say it is pelvis. And least is the sacrum. Least reliable is the sacrum. Least reliable is what, ma? Sacrum. Least reliable is the sacrum. Most reliable is the pelvis. Bone is pelvic bone. Understood? Okay. The preauricular sulcus is an indicator of the preauricular sulcus is an indicator of the preauricular sulcus is a groove on the iliac bone found in a female pelvis. It is absent in a male pelvis and hence can be used for sex determination. Okay, so the preauricular sulcus is a groove on the iliac bone. Okay, and it is found in a female pelvis. It is not found in male pelvis. There is an important differentiating feature between male and female pelvis. Okay, so in general morphology, male pelvis is adducted with marked muscle attachment. Female pelvis is gracile and smooth. Overall shape of the pelvis in male is high and it is a narrow one, but in female it is wide and shallow because they have to contain the baby, they have to deliver the baby. They have a wide and shallow pelvis. Pubic bone is narrow and triangular in male pelvis, but is wide and rectangular. See, in male triangle, in female wide and rectangle. Subpubic angle narrow 70 degrees, but in females it is 90 degrees. It is more wider. Greater sciatic notch J shape, greater sciatic notch L shape in females. Preauricular sulcus absent in males and present in females. If this question is clear to me, send me a heart. Next, beyond which age can one confidently determine sex from skeletal lineage? Beyond which age? There should be some age not to differentiate whether the body is skeletal means of female or male. So beyond 14 to 16 years, you can say. It is not usually until the individual approaches the age of 14 to 16 years the decisions on sex differences can be made with any degree of confidence. In immature prepubertal children, the chance of a correct sex allocation is only 50% unless the pelvis is present, which improves the chances of correct sex allocation to about 75 to 80%. This is because most marked changes regarding sex differences occur in the skeleton post-puberty. Because post-puberty, the body gets ready for the changes. Okay, the changes takes place during the puberty. Post-puberty, you can have more uh, uh, chances of finding the correct sex of the skeleton. Which of the following features indicates a male pelvis? So as just we said, male is having triangular pelvic pubis, whereas the female is having wide and rectangular pubis. So a triangular body of pubis indicates a male pelvis. The body of pubis is rectangular and female pelvis. Gracile and smooth appearance of pelvis, wide and shallow pelvis, and wide sciatic notch indicate a female pelvis. So gracile and smooth appearance of the pelvis, wide and shallow pelvis, wide sciatic notch, that is 90 degrees, indicates a female pelvis. Which of the following indicates a female skull? See, there should be large parietal eminences. Large parietal eminences indicate a female skull. Differentiating feature between male and female skull is the male skull is large when compared to female. Female has a small skull. Male has rugged architecture, female has a smooth architecture. Mastoid process is prominent in male, whereas in female it is less prominent. Occipital region marked muscle marking, no marked muscle markings in female. Frontal eminences is small and in female, frontal eminences are large. Parietal eminences small in male, parietal eminences large in female. Orbits square and round margins. In female, round and sharp margins. Okay, round and sharp margins of the orbits. In male, square with round margins. Mandible large, broad ramus. In females, it's small. That's why we are not very angulated. Females have small and small ramus. Mostly the males they have the rectangular face, right? So the mandible is large, broad, and ramus is there. Large, broad ramus is there. In females, small ramus is there. Mandible is small and ramus is also small. Chin in males U shape, in females V shape. Okay. Note the features given above develop after puberty and are modified by senility, so are applicable only between about 20th and 55th year. Okay, after puberty, because during puberty all the changes take place, so after post puberty all the changes are significant and you can determine the sex correctly. Which among the following bones is most useful for sex determination? Bones here, pelvis is not given, pubis is not given, and your skull is also not given. So among this bone you have to identify. The next you have to go to femur. The femur is the most useful long bone for sex determination. Its length and massiveness themselves being significant. Person and Bell's criteria for sexing of the femur are vertical diameter of the femoral head, popliteal length, bicondylar width, and oblique trochanteric length. Now, these are the most useful criteria is the vertical diameter of femoral head. So, vertical diameter of femoral head, based on this, you can determine. So, vertical diameter of femoral head. Okay. Popliteal length, bicondylar width, oblique trochanteric length. So, vertical diameter of femoral head is this main criteria. Which of the following is the more accurate method of age estimation in childhood? In childhood, most accurate is mineralization of teeth. Based on mineralization of teeth, you can find out the age estimation of the childhood. Mineralization of teeth is more accurate method of age determination in childhood. The relationship between chronological age and dental age is stronger. Chronological is actual age and the dental age is stronger in the children than between chronological age and stature age. Now, the two aspects of tooth development have been used in the estimation of dental age: the emergence of teeth into the mouth, the stage of mineralization of crowns and roots during development. Eruption is a continuous process by which tooth moves from its crypt in the jawbone to its position of occlusion in the mouth. So from jawbone, they move to the mouth, the position is there. Most studies are confined to actual emergence, which is wrongly equal to eruption. In a skull or mandible, emergence is defined as superior part of the crown of the tooth appearing level with the surface of the alveolar bone. Estimation of dental age using mineralization stages of crowns and teeth of developing teeth includes visualization from a radiographic image in order to view both erupted and unerupted teeth. So based on the erupted and unerupted teeth on the radiological image, you can visualize. It is a more accurate method of estimating age with emergence because emergence is an event whose exact time of occurrence is not accurately known. So, based on the mineralization stages of crowns and roots, you can see in the radiology, you can differ. Study of dental microstructure is the most accurate method of age determination in childhood. This involves counting perikymata, it means incremental lines on the surface of tooth enamel. The earliest tooth to erupt in primary dentition is incisor, central incisor, first linear incisor. The earliest tooth to erupt in primary, that is temporary dentition. Temporary dentition is the mandibular central incisor. So you have mandible and maxilla. So mandibular will erupt first. This is the table we need to learn. So mandibular central incisor, which is there now, mandibular central incisor. This mandibular central incisor, which is there, it emerged between 6 to 8 months. So first, between 6 to 8 months, the child will get. Then maxillary central incisor, next 7 to 9 months you will get. Maxillary lateral incisor, then lateral incisor 7 to 9 months maxillary. So first you will get mandible, central incisor, and then maxilla central incisor, and maxilla lateral incisor. Then mandibular lateral incisor 10 to 12 months you will get 2 teeth, okay, 2 up, 2 down. Then you will get first molar between 12 to 14 months. Then canine, then 17 to 18 months. And second molar 20 to 30 months. So this is the primary dentition. Primary dentition, you don't have the premolars. You have the molars, incisors and canines. First you will get central canines of the mandible around 6 to 8 months. सबसे पहले आपके ना बीच के दांत आते हैं, खरगोश के जैसे दांत ना पहले बच्चों में first the babies will get the tooth like the rabbits. Okay, between 6 to 12 months they will get the incisors. 2 incisors up, including central and lateral incisors, and 2 incisors down, central and lateral incisors. Then they get the molars, 12 to 14 months, canines, 17 to 18 months, second molars, 20 to 30 months, around 2 years, they will get the second molars. Okay, next. The deciduous teeth all emerge into the mouth latest by 2.5 to 3 years. So all deciduous teeth, they will emerge by 2.5 to 3 years. Okay, when you will get in primary dentition, you will get up to 20-30 months, all you will get. Okay, 2.5 to 3 years, you will get all teeth. Okay, but in secondary dentition, then what will happen? First molar will emerge between 6 to 7 years. First molar. Then central incisor 6 to 8 years. Lateral incisor 7 to 9 years. First premolar you will get 9 to 11 years. Second premolar 10 to 12 years. Canine 11 to 12 years. Second molar to 14 and this. How to remember this? The first central mandibular molar is 6 to 9 months, right? 6 to 8 months. So first molar, it was starting from 6 years. That was month, this is year, 6 to 7 years. You get first molar. Then you get central incisor. It is 6 to 8 years. The same 6 to 9, 6 to 8 months we studied in the primary dentition. 6 to 8 months. 6 to 8 months. Next here we have 6 to 8 years. 6 to 8 years. Lateral incisor 7 to 9 years. First premolar. Premolar is important. You can remember around 10 years. Average 10 years plus or minus 1. You can remember. First premolar around 10 years period. Second premolar around after 1 year. 11 years. Average plus 1 minus 1. Okay. Around 11 years. Second premolar. Canine 11 to 12 years. Canines 11 to 12 years. Second molar is 12 to 14 years. Third molar is 18 to 25 years. Last you will get the third molar. That is around 25 years you will get all the third molars. The third molars are also known as wisdom teeth. Wisdom teeth. Second molars is 12 to 14 years. Note, the first molar emerge at 6 to 7 years. 6 to 13 years is the age of mixed dentition. Second molar emerges at 12 years and third molar emerges beyond 18 years of age. Between 18 to 25 years you get the third molar. So first molar, when you get first you get 6 to 7 years you get the molar. 6 to 13 years of age you have mixed dentition. Mixed dentition means you have the primary as well as some of the secondary dentition. We are in question number 16. After that, I will be taking a break. Which of the following is a What is the next question? Which of the following is a super added permanent tooth? Super added permanent tooth. The six molars are called super added teeth. Okay, these are molars are the super added teeth. 2, 1, 2, 3 is the formula. 2 are the incisors. Canine, 1 canine, 2 premolars and 3 molars. 3 molars you have. This is for your half and single. Okay, single thing. Okay, single side. Like it can like one mandible, half bite. You have 3. Okay, so the wisdom teeth like you have 1, 2, 3, 4 wisdom teeth you have. 6 molars are called super added teeth. So the 2, 1, 2, 3 you have na. Third molar you will get 18 to 25 years. And there are a total of 4. So like if you go by the formula 2, 1, 2, 3. See here, permanent deletion, there are the teeth present during life which begin to erupt from 6 years of age and remain throughout the life. There are totally 32 in number. The tooth 32, how will you get 32? See, first you had 2, 1, 2, 3, right? 3 on each side. So 4 sides you will have 3 4s are. 4 3s are. So 4 sides you have to see. 3, 3, 6, 6, 12. So permanent dentition, there are 32 out of 32 you have 12 molars. The tooth restriction in each jaw is the 2 1. Each jaw if you talk about is, see half jaw you have 2 1 2 3. If you double it you will get for each jaw 4 2 4 6. Out of that total molars is 12. Thus each jaw has 16 teeth. So this total is 4 4 8 8 9 10 16 teeth. Among these, 4 incisors, 2 canines, 4 premolars are called as successional teeth, which erupt in the place of predecessors deciduous teeth with 4 premolars. First premolar, second premolar, in place of 4 temporary molars. So these are the temporary molars. Instead of the molars will be there. Okay, after the molars will get off, then there will be 3 molars in their place. The remaining 6 permanent molars, first, second, and third molar teeth, 6 permanent in each jaw. In each jaw you have 6. Half jaw you have 3. In each jaw you have 6. Erupt independently without any predecessor teeth. These are 6 molars are called as super added teeth. So that's why the 6 molars they are called as super added teeth because they erupt independently. They are not erupting in the place of the predecessor teeth. Because in temporary dentition, whatever teeth you have, in that place only the premolars up to premolars were coming. But more were added molars in new place. That's why they are called permanent ones. Super added. Illustration depicting super added successional permanent teeth in lower jaw. Deciduous teeth. If you see the scissors, they are very sharp from inside, as if they can incise. Then you have a more broader one, canine. Then you have molars. Molars have to, we'll talk about the morphology. And they have crowns. Okay, successional permanent teeth and the second super added permanent teeth. Next. Neonatal line is an indication of which of the following? Postmortem artifact, maternal heavy metal poisoning, breastfeeding, live birth of the infant. Neonatal line is an indication of live birth of the infant. Neonatal line is an incremental line found on the surface of tooth enamel that indicates that an infant was born live. It's an incremental line found on the surface of tooth. Neonatal line is an incremental line found on the surface of tooth enamel that indicates that an infant was in. The study of dental microstructure, which involves counting perikymata incremental lines on the surface of tooth enamel, to an accurate method of the study of dental microstructure, which involves counting perikymata surface of tooth enamel, can provide an accurate method of age determination. One particularly pronounced incremental line is the neonatal line that can be medico-legal significance, determining whether an infant was born live or stillborn. It is formed very soon after birth and can be visualized by light microscopy if the child survived for about 3 weeks or by electron microscopy within 1 or 2 days with birth. Age of mixed dentition 6 to 12 years. Age of mixed dentition, number of teeth remains constant 24, during which both primary and the period during which both primary and permanent teeth are in oral cavity together is known as mixed dentition period. This is the period with the deciduous teeth get replaced by permanent successors. What is Gustafson's method of age determination relies on physical change of seeing which of the following? Gustafson is for teeth. Gustatory is for taste. So teeth is something it's to your mouth. Teeth. Okay. Gustafson's method of estimation of age of an individual is based on the physiological changes in teeth. It's really useful in adults over 25 years of age. Criteria: artisan wear and tear, changes of occlusion surface, periodontosis, regression of gums surrounding the tooth, thinning and loosening of tooth and swelling. Adhesion, deposition of dentin in pulp cavity. Cementum of position of cementum in the root forming incremental lines. Root resorption was both cementum and dentin. Transparency of the root, this is most reliable criteria. Canals in dentin get filled by mineral and they become both less transparent. Methods of age determination is considered Lamendin's method, Miles' method, Boyd's method, Stack's method. Gustafson's method has been largely replaced by Lamendin's method. It evaluates root meatin transparency, periodontopathy, and tooth length. Miles' method uses transparency of the root as a single criterion. Boyd's method is determination of indefinite counting incremental lines of enamel. Enamel Stack's is determination of age formation in dimensions on teeth. Neomethod's method that evaluates the reduction of the pulp chamber through X-rays. With age of racemization of amino acids in dental pulp, especially aspartic acid. The following criteria, which is the most reliable criteria for age determination, Gustafson's method. Root transparency. Transitive route is most reliable critical distance method. Dental numbering is done using Palmer's method. Palmer's notation is used for charting of teeth. Teeth will be numbered from 1 to 8, starting from central incisor to the third molar in each quadrant. Dental charting, Henderson system. 43 in FDA system indicates lower right canine. Vision of the spherooccipital suture in females is usually finished by 20 years. The last suture to fuse in the skull is camu-temporal suture. The following is best indicated that a female has achieved 16 inches fusion of distal end of ulna. Estimation of age in adulthood is most reliably made by degenerative changes in pubic synchysis. That's it for today.